What happens when a meteorite hits your backyard? Imagine this. You're just chilling in your backyard on a normal day, maybe about to grill some burgers, and then this happens. The sky flashes brighter than the sun. Before you even know what's happening, a rock from deep space going 40,000 miles per hour slams into the ground right in front of you. Boom! An insane explosion of dirt and steam erupts everywhere. You survive the blast, but the next 5 minutes will decide everything. This is what happens when a meteorite hits your backyard, and the first things you absolutely must do to survive. Okay, so that wasn't just a rock falling, that was a crazy explosion of energy. That meteorite didn't just land, it arrived with hypervelocity. We're talking speeds up to 40,000 miles per hour, which is nearly 19 kilometers a second. At that speed, the energy it releases is way bigger than high explosives. When it hits the ground, that energy is released in a split second, in a 3-stage process that changes everything. Instant vaporization. The second it hits, the meteorite and the ground it strikes literally vaporize. The rock is squeezed with so much pressure that it creates temperatures hot enough to melt streets. This leads right into stage 2, the explosion. All that super-pressurized, vaporized rock has to go somewhere. So it erupts violently outwards, launching molten earth and debris everywhere. This is what forms the crater and covers everything in debris. Your yard now has a giant bowl-shaped crater that wasn't there a second ago. The collapse. The crater that was just formed is super unstable, and its walls immediately start sliding downwards. For a small impact, this just means the crater settles. But if the object were bigger, the floor of the crater could actually rebound and push up a mountain. In the middle, just like the giant craters on the moon. But the hole in the ground isn't your only problem. The impact creates 2 kinds of shock waves. One is a mini earthquake that can shake your house's foundation. The other is an air blast. The 2013 Chelyabinsk meteor was about 20 meters across and exploded high in the air, but the air blast still shattered windows in 6 cities, damaged over 7,200 buildings, and injured 1,500 people from flying glass. A much smaller meteorite in your backyard could create an air blast that could knock you off your feet and break every window in your house. And I haven't even mentioned the fires. The intense heat can instantly set your house, trees, or grass on fire in the middle of all this chaos. All right, you've scrambled back to your feet. Your ears are ringing from a boom so loud it shook your bones. And you see a giant smoking hole in your yard. The air smells like burnt earth and something weird. Freshly fallen meteorites can give off a sulfur smell, like burnt gunpowder. Others, especially a type called carbonaceous chondrites, can smell like tar or even cooked Brussels sprouts because of the 4.6 billion-year-old space chemicals they're carrying. Literally. You get closer to the crater. In the center, you see a dark, strange-looking rock. Your first instinct is to reach out and touch this visitor from another world. But stop. This brings us to the most critical part of this guide. What you do next could be a matter of safety, science, or even making you rich. But before we get into what to do, if you think this is crazy, hit that subscribe button right now. We dive into insane scenarios just like this every single week, and you are not going to want to miss what's coming next. The scene is set. There is a literal meteorite in your backyard. What's the absolute first thing you do? The very first thing is nothing. Seriously, don't rush toward it. Stay back. The impact site could be unstable, and there might be superheated steam venting from the ground. The ground around it could be incredibly hot, even if the rock itself isn't. Second, let's bust a huge myth. Do not touch the meteorite. Everyone assumes a rock that just blazed through the atmosphere will be glowing hot. Not always. Its trip through the air is super quick, just a minute or 2. While the outside melts off, the deep space cold is often still locked inside. Many fresh meteorites are found cold to the touch, sometimes even covered in frost. So why can't you touch it? The number one reason is contamination. That rock is a perfect sample from the birth of our solar system. Your hands are covered in oils and germs that can ruin its scientific value forever. The Winchcombe meteorite that fell in the UK is so valuable because people collected it in hours before rain or their hands could ruin it. Third, deal with danger. Are there any fires? The impact could have easily set something on fire. Check your house. Is there structural damage? Do you smell gas? A ground shock can break utility lines. Your safety and your home safety always come first. Fourth, document everything. Before anyone moves a single thing, pull out your phone and take photos and videos. Get the crater from every angle. Get shots of the rock exactly where it landed. Note the time and date. This documentation is priceless for scientists and helps prove the whole event is real. Finally, you need to make a call. But who do you phone? Don't just dial 911 unless there's a fire or someone is hurt. The local police will be just as confused as you are. Your best bet is to contact the geology department of a nearby university or a natural history museum. They are the experts who will know exactly what you found. Owning a rock from space sounds amazing, but it can get crazy. Just ask Ann Hodges. In 1954, she was napping on her couch in Alabama when a grapefruit-sized meteorite crashed through her roof, bounced off a radio, and hit her. She is the only person in recorded history to be directly struck by a meteorite and survive. But what happened next was a huge legal battle over who owned the rock. By the time the courts decided it was hers, no one was interested in buying it anymore. She got so stressed, she just donated it to a museum. How insane is that? And the question of who owns it is a tricky one. In the United States and the UK, if a meteorite falls on your property, you own it. But in other countries like Australia, meteorites belong to the government. So how much is it worth? The value can be almost nothing, or more than gold. Common meteorites might sell for only 50 cents a gram, but rarer types, like pallasites filled with beautiful olivine crystals, can go for $40 a gram or more. And then there are the rarest of all, meteorites from the moon or Mars. These can sell for over $1,000 per gram, making a small rock worth a fortune. In Michigan, one man discovered a 22-pound meteorite was being used as a doorstop and sold it to a planetarium for $100,000. In recent years, technology has made these events feel so much more immediate. When the Chelyabinsk meteor exploded over Russia, it was captured by hundreds of dashcams, giving scientists incredible data. More recently, in 2021, a 4.6 billion-year-old meteorite landed on a driveway in England. Because the family who found it acted fast and called scientists, they got their hands on one of the most perfect meteorites ever studied, a rock containing the building blocks of life. So, a rock from deep space has just hit your backyard. You made it through the deafening boom. You fought the urge to touch the strange, dark stone. You've checked for fires, documented the scene, and called a geologist. The odds of this happening are astronomically small, but they aren't zero. An estimated 17 meteorites hit the ground every single day, with most landing in the ocean completely unseen. What was once a quiet yard is now a scene of cosmic importance, a direct link to the chaos of our solar system's birth. It's a 4.5 billion-year-old messenger that chose your home as its final stop. You're now holding a piece of history, a scientific treasure, and one heck of a story. So the only question left is, what would you do with it? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching this cosmic journey. If you want to explore more mind-bending what-if scenarios, be sure to check out our playlist right here. And don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell so you never miss an update. Until next time, keep looking up.